I am Jenny Rhodes. Today we are at Deerfield Farm. We are outside of Centerville in Queen Anne's County. We've been here for about 28 years. We are what you call a no-land poultry farm. So all that we grow here is just broiler chickens. And when I say broiler chickens, that is meat chickens. We have about 80,000 chickens here per flock. So we'll grow about 500,000 chickens here per year. They are here for 35 days, 35 to 36 days, and they will weigh about 4.3 pounds. So when you think of like the little rotisserie chicken kind of that you can buy in the store, that's kind of about the size of the chickens that we grow here. So it's on the smaller side. We grow an antibiotic-free chicken. The company that we grow for has decided that is going to be their niche. So all of our chickens are antibiotic-free. We've had to learn. We've been doing that for the past couple of years. So we're always learning. So it's always a learning curve for all of us. But we have a service person that comes here once a week that will help us. Before chickens are put in, we put in a bedding. And a bedding is usually a pine shaving. So that goes in. And then, of course, when we get baby chicks, then there's feces. So then the shavings and the feces mix together, and that's what we call litter. So, but we really should be calling it locally produced, organic, slow-release plant food. So remember that, because that's very important, because that's what we do. Our litter is organic. It's a slow-release plant food, because usually when it breaks down, like only 50% of that nitrogen will be available the first year, and then part of that will continue to release over time. Litter is an asset. I call it an asset because it's worth something. It has nutrients in it. It has nitrogen. It has phosphorus. It has potassium. Farmers pay good money. Commercial fertilizer, they pay a lot of money to buy these nutrients. Plus, what we have, it has organic matter in it. So really, when they buy the litter from a poultry farmer and spread it into their fields, I'll call it recycling. And I think it's important. We all do a lot of recycling, in our daily lives. So I'm recycling the nutrients that I have on my farm onto other farm fields that can use it. And then the plants can take those nutrients up and use it. In a ton of litter, there is nutrients. So we have to account for those nutrients. And that's one of the things I think that I want to make sure that people understand is, so in 2,000 pounds, we're only talking about maybe 60 pounds of nitrogen total, maybe 50 pounds of phosphorus, and maybe another 50 pounds of potassium. So I think that's very important for people to know. We'll take about 200 tons of manure out of our house each year. When we're cleaning out our houses, it doesn't always work logistically for us to take it directly out of our houses and then put onto the field, because we may be cleaning out in the dead of winter, and we don't want to be spreading certainly nutrients on the farm fields in the wintertime when land is frozen and cold. So what we'll do is we call it staging areas. So that's where we'll temporarily store this conical shaped pile of manure. And it will be there probably most time around 6 months from the time we take it out of the chicken house to, it could be, and it could be less than that. So it just depends on when we get it out of our house, and the farmers will be spreading it in the spring. When we do our nutrient management plan, our state-sanctioned nutrient management plan, we have to state in there what happens with our manure. So my manure will go to my dad. So in our plan, it says our manure will go to Temple Rhodes, and it tells about how much every year, how many tons will be transported off of this farm to his. And then in his nutrient management plan, he has to address those nutrients, the tons that actually come to his farm. Farmers, I always say farmers were really the first environmentalists. We wouldn't be here farming today if my father, grandfather, great-grandfather didn't take care of the soils. So over time, they followed good agronomic practices for whatever research was available for that day. We like clean water. We like the Chesapeake Bay. We like to boat. We like to fish. My grandchildren love to fish. My sons like to fish. They like to hunt. So we want to do all that we can, and all farmers feel the same way. We want to do the best that we can because we want a clean bay too.